Good morning! I will be your teacher in today's lesson. I am Mrs. Mary Ann Gidrio, your mathematics teacher. So sit back, relax, keep watching, and enjoy learning throughout our lesson. Ano ba't hinihintay mo? Halina't matuto kasama si Mrs. Drio. Before we start our discussion, please be guided to the following. Here's the guide to the parent. Number 1, guide your child in times that he or she would ask for assistance. Number 2, prepare all the materials needed like ballpen, notebook, module, and gadget with continuous internet connection. Number 3, guide your child in answering the activities in this video lesson. And last one we have, you may also coordinate with the student's mathematics teacher for help or clarification. Here is the guide to the learner. Number 1, prepare the materials needed like ballpen, notebook, module, and gadget with continuous internet connection. Number 2, participate actively by typing your answer and questions in the comment section and by clicking the reaction button as needed. Number 3, you may also jot down notes for you to have a guide while you are at home. And lastly, make sure to accomplish each task in our video lesson. In this video lesson, we're going to learn on how to add simple fractions and mixed numbers without or with regrouping. So what are you waiting for? Let's enjoy the math journey with me. Before our discussion, let's play a game called Guess the Word. You are going to guess the word from the jumbled letters by typing your answer in the comment section. Are you ready? Okay, so the first word is... These are a group of fractions with the same denominator. Yes, very good. That is similar fractions. Okay, next one. These are a group of fractions with different denominators. Go! Type your answer in the comment section. Okay, so the answer will be dissimilar fractions. It is the lowest common multiple of the denominators of a set of fractions. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. So that is least common denominator. When we say LCD or least common denominator, it is the lowest common multiple of the denominators of a set of fractions. It simplifies by adding, subtracting, or comparing fractions. For instance, the LCD of 1/2 and 1/3. Okay, very good. The denominators are 2 and 3. So therefore, their LCD is 6. So we can use the 3 methods on how to find the LCD of 2 or more fractions. We have skip counting, prime factorization tree, or even continuous division. Okay, the next word. It is a combination of a whole number and a fraction. Okay, time's up. The answer is mixed number. And last, we have the form of a fraction after dividing the numerator and denominator by the greatest common divisor. Okay, so very good. The answer will be lowest term. So a fraction is said to be in lowest terms if its numerator and denominator are relatively prime. So meaning to say, they have no common factors other than 1. In our activity entitled Guess the Word, how many of you got a perfect score? Yay! Very good! Okay, try to look on these examples. What happens when you add fractions with the same denominators? Okay, very good. So we have 3 steps. Add or subtract the numerators, copy the common denominator, and simplify if needed. Let's have the first example. 8 over 15 plus 2 over 15. Since they have the same denominators, all you have to do is to add the numerator. So 8 plus 2 is 10. And then, copy the common denominator. So what is our common denominator? Very good. That would be 15. Okay, we have step 3. Simplify if needed. Since 10 over 15 is not yet simplified, we are going to simplify it by finding its greatest common factor. So what is the greatest common factor of 10 and 15? Very good. So the greatest common factor is 5. So we are going to divide both numerator and denominator by 5 to get the lowest term of 10 over 15. 10 divided by 5 is 2, and then 15 divided by 5 is 3. So the answer will be 2/3. For example, we have 5 and 2/5 plus 2 and 1/5. First thing to do is to add the whole numbers. Okay, so 5 plus 2, we have 7. And then since they have the same denominator, we are going to add the numerator. 2 plus 1 is 3. And then, copy the common denominator. So we have 5. And then, simplify if needed. 3 over 5 is in the simplest form. Why? Because 3 and 5 are relatively prime. So therefore, the answer is 7 and 3/5. Another example is 7 and 5/9 plus 6/9. Okay, so first is to regroup the fractions from the whole number. So let us separate the fractions, the simple fractions, from whole number. So we have 7 plus the quantity of 5 over 9 plus 6 over 9. Since 5/9 and 6/9 are similar fractions, all you have to do is to add the numerator, then copy the common denominator. So we have 5 plus 6 is 11, and then copy the common denominator, which is 9. Since 11 over 9 is an improper fraction, so all you have to do is to change it into mixed number. So we're going to divide 11 by 9. How many 9s are there in 11? We have 1. So 1 times 9 is 9. 11 minus 9 is 2. So 1 here will serve as our whole number. And then the remainder 2 will serve as our numerator. So we have now 1 and 2 over 9. So let's add 7 plus 1 and 2 over 9. So 7 plus 1 is 8. And then we have 2 over 9. So 8 and 2 over 9 is simplified. So therefore, the answer or the sum is 8 and 2/9. Let us try another activity entitled Let Me React. You are going to click the heart react button if the answer or if the equation is correct, and if not, click the wow react button. Are you ready? Okay, the first one is 2/3 plus 1/3 is equal to 1/2. If it is correct, you are going to react for a heart button or react on a wow button. So timer starts now. So the answer is a wow react button. Why? Because 2/3 and 1/3 is equal to 1, not 1/2. Okay, number 2, we have 2 over 7 plus 4 over 7 plus 6 over 7 is equal to 12 over 7 or 1 and 5/7. If the equation is correct, you are going to react on a heart button, or if it is wrong, react on a wow button. So timer starts now. So the answer is a heart button. So therefore, the equation is correct. Okay, we have number 3. We have 5/16 plus 7/16 is equal to 4/3. If the equation is correct, you're going to react on a heart button, or if it is not correct, react on a wow button. So timer starts now. Okay, so the answer is a wow react button. Why? Because the sum of 5/16 and 7/16 is 3/4. Next is 4 and 5/9 plus 2 and 7/9 is equal to 7 and 1/3. If the equation is correct, you're going to react on a heart button. And if it is not correct, you are going to react on wow react button. Your timer starts now. So the answer is a heart react button. So the equation is correct. 8 and 7 over 12 plus 6 and 1 over 12 is equal to 14 and 2/3. If the equation is correct, you're going to react on a heart button, or if it is not correct, react on a wow button. So timer starts now. Okay, so the answer is correct. So the equation is correct. So we have 8 and 7 over 12 plus 6 and 1 over 12 is equal to 14 2/3. So the answer is a heart react button. In our activity, let me react. How many of you got a perfect score? Very good. So type the word excellent on the comment section if you got a perfect score. So remember that in adding similar fractions, all you have to do is add the numerators. Next is to write the sum over the common denominator and then simplify your answer in lowest term if needed. Let us now add simple fractions having different denominators. For example, we have 1/2 plus 2/5. All you have to do first is to find the LCD of 2 and 5. So we have 3 ways on how to find the LCD. First is the listing method, the second one is the prime factorization, and the last one is, very good, the continuous division. So in this method, we are going to use the listing method. So let us write down some multiples of 2 and 5. So first thing to do is, first is we have 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. How about 5? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and so on. What is the smallest common multiple of 2 and 5? Very good. We have 10. Okay? Next step is get the equivalent fractions of 1/2 and 2/5. So 10 here will serve as our denominator. So we have 10 divided by 2 times 1 is 5. Okay? Next, 10 divided by 5 is 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Next is to add the numerator. Okay? So 5 plus 4 now is equal to 9. And then, step 4, copy the common denominator. What is our common denominator? Very good. That would be 10. So the answer is 9 over 10. Since 9 over 10 is in simplest form, no need to simplify. Another way to solve the expression 1/2 plus 2/5 is the butterfly method. So 1/2 plus 2/5. First thing to do is to multiply 2 and 5. So that would give us, very good, we have 10. Next is multiply 1 and 5. So 1 times 5 will give us 5. And then 2 times 2 is 4. Okay. Next step is to add 5 and 4. So 5 plus 4, we have 9. And then our denominator will be over 10. So the answer is 9 over 10. Let us try another example. 3/4 plus 1/6. Okay. 4 and 6 are different. So therefore, we are going to find first the LCD of 4 and 6. Okay, list down some multiples of 4. So we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and so on. How about 6? 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. What is the lowest common multiple of 4 and 6? Very good, we have 12. Next step will be get the equivalent fractions of 3/4 and 1/6. So how are you going to get the equivalent fractions? Okay, so 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, so we have 9 over 12. The equivalent fraction of 3/4 is 9 over 12. Next, how about the equivalent fraction of 1/6? So 12 divided by 6 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, 1/6. The equivalent fraction of 1/6 is 2 over 12. And then, they have now the same denominators. Add first the numerator. 9 plus 2 is equal to 11. And then copy the common denominator, which is 12. So, next is to simplify. 11 over 12. Is it in simplest form? Very good. 11 over 12 is in the simplest form. Why? Because they are both relatively prime. Okay, so the sum of 3/4 and 1/6 now is 11 over 12. Let us use now the butterfly method. 3/4 plus 1/6. First thing to do is to multiply 4 and 6. That will be 24. And then, multiply 3 and 6. 3 times 6, we have 18. Next, 1 times 4 is equal to 4. And then add 18 and 4. So 18 plus 4, that is 22 over 24. Okay, so 22 over 24 is not yet simplified. So what are you going to do? Find first the greatest common factor of 22 and 24. What is the greatest common factor of 22 and 24? Okay, very good. That would be 2. So after finding the greatest common factor, let us divide 2 by both numerator and denominator. 22 divided by 2 is equal to 11. And 24 divided by 2 is 12. So the sum now is 11 over 12. Let us now add mixed number by another mixed number with different denominators. Okay, so we have 4 and 2/5 plus 3 and 1/3. Okay, so first step will be group the fractions from whole numbers. So we are going to separate 4 and 3 and 2/5 and 1/3. So 4 plus 3 plus the quantity of 2/5 plus 1/3. And then add first the whole numbers. 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. Plus, find the LCD of 5 and 3. So what is the LCD of 5 and 3? Using the listing method, we have list down some multiples of 5 and at the same time the multiples of 3. So 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. 3 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and so on. Now, what is the smallest multiple of 5 and 3? Very good. That would be 15. So, after that, get the equivalent fractions of 2/5 and 1/3. So, we have 15. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, next, how about 1/3? What is the equivalent fraction of 1/3 having 15 as the denominator? 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 times 1 is 5. Okay, so we have now 7 plus 6 over 15 plus 5 over 15. So the next step is add the numerator, then copy the denominator. So add first the 6 and 5. So let's have 7 first. And then 6 plus 5 is 11. Copy the common denominator, which is 15. Okay, so the answer should be 7 and 11 over 15. If 7 and 11 over 15 is in simplest form. Very good. That is in simplest form. So, therefore, the sum of 4 and 2/5 and 3 and 1/3 is 7 and 11 over 15. Another way to solve the given expression is by changing the whole number into improper fractions. So we have 4 and 2/5 plus 3 and 1/3. So first thing to do is to change 4 and 2/5 into improper fractions. So we have 4 times 5 or 5 times 4 is 20 plus 2 we have 22 and then copy the denominator which is 5. Next, 3 and 1/3. So we have 3 times 3 is equal to 9. And then 9 plus 1 is 10. Okay? So, 10 over 3. Okay? Next, let us use the butterfly method. So, 22 times 3, that will be 66. And then 5 times 10 is 50. And then we're going to multiply also the denominators. So 5 times 3 is 15. So after that, let us now add the product 66 and 50. So 66 plus 50, we have 116 over 15. Since 116 over 15 is an improper fraction, although it is simplified, we can also write this into mixed, or we can also change it into mixed number. So all you have to do is to divide 116 by 15. So the answer is 7 remainder 11. So 7 will serve as our whole number, and then 11, our remainder 11 will serve as our numerator, and then copy the common denominator which is 15. We have now 7 and 11 over 15. Let us try another activity entitled Just Comment. I will show you expression and then you're going to find its sum. So all you have to do is to type your answer in the comment box. The first expression is 4/5 plus 1/2. So you're going to answer it in 30 seconds. So timer starts now. Time's up! The answer is 13/10 or 1 and 3/10. Okay, next. 1/8 plus 2/3 is equal to. So after you find the sum, you're going to type your answer in the comment section. Okay, time's up. So the answer is 19/24. Another expression. So we're going to find the sum of 2/7 plus 1/4. Don't forget to type your answer in the comment section. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So time's up. So the answer is 15/28. Next, find the sum of 4 1/2 and 3/4. Your timer starts now. Time's up! The answer is 21/4 or 5 1/4. Last one. 5 2/5 plus 8 3/4. So you're going to type your answer in the comment section. Your timer starts now. So the answer is 283/20 or 14 3/20. In adding dissimilar fractions, all you have to do is to determine first the LCD. Next is to get the equivalent fractions using the denominator. The next step is add the numerators. Then, next is to write the sum over the common denominator. And then the last step is simplify or write your answer in lowest terms if needed. For our last activity, kindly answer page 5 in your self-learning module or SLM. Flex your brain. Letter A, try these numbers 1 to 10. Then, comment a selfie of your answer. Make sure that your solutions are visible in your selfie shots. Checking of your answers will be done in your respective FB Messenger classroom. This will end our discussion, and remember that we are going to have a follow-up discussion in our FB Messenger classroom. See you!